Hello everyone, how's it going? So today, after my not so short break, I'll bring you another custom figure. So let's start. Well, I already did this custom before, but I was like, you know what? I'm a little disappointed. So how about I remake it like from scratch and all that stuff? Making it more movie accurate. So here I bring you movie Venom. Again. So as you can see, this guy does look a little more buff than last time. The spider looks way better. The face also looks way better. And that's not all. I also gave him a separate open mouth head sculpt. Yeah, it's pretty much the same figure. As you can see, the arms and all that stuff. Pretty much the only thing I did is that I sanded pretty much everything off. I sculpted musculature. And I added the webs. But before we get into that and how I exactly made it, I was gonna say I'm sorry it took so long. I just took a little break. I've been reading a lot of manga. I've been fucking doing a lot of weeb stuff and other stuff. So yeah. Fuck that. So anyways, now that I'm back from my little short break, I'm gonna start reviewing stuff again and making more customs. And I quite have made some customs. So let's get back on the topic at hand. Venom. Now, this figure was a little tricky to make. Not as much as articulation and all that stuff, but it was mostly the sculpt, like the musculature, and the webs was the hard part. The webs was really hard, mainly because I wanted to get like thin webs, but I just really couldn't. The only part that they look really thin is here, but I don't really mind. I personally like it. So yeah, so for this figure, I pretty much only used 2 figures. So, like all of this, it's still the superposable Spider-Man. This is from another figure. This is from a Spider-Man 1 figure. It's from like one of the gimmick figures, and the neck is also from one of the gimmick figures, as you can see, because it looks different. So pretty much what I did is just I took off the original boots and replaced them with the new ones, and that is because this one actually have ankle pivot, as you can see there. So yeah, this Venom now has ankle pivots, and they work about that far with both legs like straight on the ground. So yeah, there is that. And now I changed the neck on this figure mainly because of one thing: interchangeable heads. As you can see, that was the closed mouth, and this is the open mouth. There we go. The teeth aren't as good on this one as they are on the other one, but I am planning on taking them off and sculpting new teeth. So yeah, as you can see, I also sculpted the tongue in there. The whole like open mouth thing in here and in here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And as you can see, here are some of the process that I went through when sculpting this figure. Here I made the sculpture, and now for articulation, he's pretty much the same thing as a superposable Spider-Man, with the ankle, with the exception that I closed off the ugly joint in the middle. As you can see, that's why he looks a little better, and pretty much the only exception, it's just the ankle pivot that I added. So, and the new articulation in the head due to the interchangeable head. So yeah, His head now can move up to that far, it's pretty far, and down this far with the open mouth. It can also tilt side to side, and not as much on this side, but yeah, it can really tilt on this part, and it also turns. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the open mouth, and this is for the closed mouth. For the closed mouth, this head is a little loose, so I'm trying not to pop it off. So yeah, this is how far he looks. This is how much downward he looks. Not really that much, but it looks okay. Side to side. Pivot. Like I said, this head is really loose. I pretty much just made the hole for it right now. So yeah. I wanted to make like a tougher grace head sculpt for this figure, but I remember one thing. I don't know how to sculpt faces. Yeah. I would buy like a head cast from BMI Toy on Instagram, but I'm just too cheap for it. I can't. So anyways, now that we went through the figure, to the articulation and all that stuff, now let's go to some size comparisons. So here is standing next to the 2018 Venom figure by Hasbro. So yeah, there is a height difference and all that stuff, which, I mean, it looks better. After all, this Venom is just supposed to be like a regular human covered in the symbiote. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. And here he is standing next to my superposable sort of custom Spider-Man. Pretty much the only thing that I did with this guy was a new head with some painted lenses, you know, to make it more movie accurate. And added some magnets at the bottom of the feet. They don't work as well, but it's alright. So yeah, this guy's taller than this guy, and he looks, and of course, as you can see, he looks just a bit more muscular due to the closing this joint and other musculature, like the you know, under the armpits and the arms, you know, you can see they're a little thicker. There we go. So yeah, and here you can see that the boots are definitely different. So yeah. And finally, here he is standing next to, hello Peter, standing next to Doc Ock. Well, my custom Doc. I pretty much just changed his arms and head for the tentacle attack Ock, because these are the arms that are posable, and I made some glasses because when I bought it he didn't have glasses, so fuck me on that. So yeah, Venom is taller because, I mean, he's Venom, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, this guy was extremely hard to make, not that much. So what I'm trying to say is that he was tedious to make. That's the thing. However, in my opinion, I think it really paid off. You know, it looks super cool, and you know, he has like way better articulation in the neck. So yeah, I think that's it, really. So yeah, like I said, I apologize for taking such a long break. I've just been weebing out, just, you know, doing some weeb stuff. So yeah, I hope the next video can be uploaded sooner. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. So if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. If you don't, then you know what to do. This is Delaco and signing off. Goodbye.